Okay, so last time we had a video about how to do a market research that works for me and my client. Mga nagtatanong, paano naman natin siya ito turn into contents, yung mga data na yon. Parang gawa natin ng sample, market research sa contents for fitness coach. Client ko is fitness coach. We'll just create contents for this coach, fitness coach. Yun yung pinaka-goal natin. After determining our goal, i-refine muna natin yung pinaka-target market natin. As I said on my last video, we can just start using the basics, which is WH question. Just like who, what, where, when, why, how. Isipin natin, katulong natin yung pinaka-client natin in answering this kasi sila naman yung makakapag-determine sino yung pagbebentahan nilang kanilang service and product. Sino yung mga pwede natin maging target audience. We had here yung mga busy professionals, ages 25 to 45, pwede rin yung mga stay-at-home parents, yung mga individuals new to fitness and returning after a break. Also list yung mga possible pa na pwede nating maging audience, katulad ng mga recovering from injury, mga athletes, mga seniors, o kaya naman mga students naman who wanted to do a balance and health, parang ganun. Pumili lang kami ng pinaka-main, mga naka-check, after knowing kung sino yung pinaka-specific na pagbebentahan namin. Inaalam namin yung goals nila. Pwede ka rin mag-ask ng when, kailan sila madalas active, o kaya naman ano naman time sila pwedeng mag-workout or do their fitness routine, parang ganon. Also list where are they located. Pwedeng physical na location or a virtual location like yung mga communities. How do they prefer to train? Kasi baka gawa kami ng specific namin na service or something. So, we also ask that. Hindi naman natin na itanong yung how do they choose a trainer. Malaman natin paano tayo magiging good trainer in their eyes. Parang ganun. Parang tayo ma-pick among coaches out there. And these questions, hindi lang siya ganito na specifically. Use WH questions sa iba pang questions na gusto nyo i-ask or para magkaroon kayo ng idea how derive to a customer persona talaga, a specific customer persona. For us, ito lang question na goods na para masagot na namin or makagawa kami ng isang customer persona. Ibigay lang natin ng katauhan yung target market natin sa isip natin. It's much easier to do engagement. At the same time, mas madaling magawa ng content. Pwede natin siya pangalanan ng Sarah. She could be a parent, a stay-at-home parent. O kaya naman, pwedeng work from home. Pwedeng ang age niya is 32, provide a specific location. And ayan din, naglagay din kami ng goals. Pwedeng preferred method niya. Ano kayong reason niya at siya mag-avail ng coaching. Then, ano yung mga challenges niya recently? Pwedeng busy siya sa work, children, o kaya may social events siya, personal life, and something like that. Training style, pwedeng lagay natin kung stay at home siya, baka gusto niya ng virtual or occasional outdoor activities. So, yan. Ideal customer persona. Sometimes I did 2 or 3. Dito sa kailangan ng client namin. For women, for men, sa gender, depende sa age group, o kaya hobbies, something like that. Now that we have the customer persona, we can now go to the next step. Market research na and yung competitors research na. Kami namang ways, pero ito yung madalas na nagagamit namin and nagagamit ko din. Tingin ko mas mabilis. Una, yung social listening is yung competitors research. Sample na lang yung bibigay natin dito. Yung una is social listening. Ito is Facebook groups kasi I think most of people are now on the Facebook than the other like platform. How we will start, yun yung specific group na nandun yung aming target audience. And search these keywords. Pwedeng fitness for busy professionals, then pwedeng at-home gym idea, something like that. As time goes by, as you are searching for keywords, magiging mas refine pa to. Kita mo yung specific talaga ng mga words na ginagamit nila. Mga community or sa mga questions. So, after looking for those Facebook groups that discussing this, we'll now look for the recurring questions, comments, mga trends, jargons, problem, and of course, yung mga discussions doon. As much as possible, better if you will list them, like copy-paste. And then, pwede natin siyang ilagay sa tool. Kunyari, Word, Notion, depends on you. Hindi ko na pinakita dito yung specifically ginagawa ko na pag-search dun sa Facebook group, but I just listed yung mga nakita ko. May nakita kong post na nagtatanong, you guys find time to fit in a workout while working 9 to 5 job. Pwede rin yung mga how to deal with unnecessary sugar cravings. Paste din ako ng mga comments. Ito yung pinaka mga makikita natin. You can just list it and then highlight yung comments and mga problems. And after that, we will proceed to competitors research naman. It will help you to strengthen yung naging ideas mo na. Gusto mo naman ng alamin kung anong type, contents, formats yung nag-work naman. Competitors research, dalawa yung pinaka-main na ginagawa natin. Identify competitors, at least 3 to 5 competitors. You will analyze yung mga hooks na ginagamit, working formats. Yung madalas na kinukuha ko lang. Example natin dito, si Joe's Fit Coaching. So, yung format dyan na nag-work sa kanya is meron siyang 1 to 2 minutes na nag-showcase ng mga quick exercise. Meron din siyang carousel post, si to follow steps. Ano din, every weekend, we do live Q&A session para magsagot ng mga questions. Pwede mo lang i-summarize mga yun. Pwede natin siyang gamitin as a content format din. So, after this market research, yung social listening and competitors research, pwede na tayong pumunta dun sa next step natin, which is pagsa-summarize and arranging lang ng mga results and data. Kailangan gahan natin yung format na meron tayo. After that we already had this social listening and the competitors research results, hanap ka ng specific tool mo na pwede paglagyan ng mga results and data mo. Arrange mo yung data mo and then find yung mga keywords, mga questions, mga challenges, then summarize it. Pagsama-samahin mo lang. Then after that, you will now choose your content pillars. We can choose 3 to 5 content pillars, which mean yun yung pinaka-main topics mo then throughout sa pinaka-content plan mo. We wanted to post strategically. And sa akin, yung pinaka-common lang na ginagamit ko is yung AIDA. AIDA stands for Awareness, Interest, Decision, and Action. Doon ko siya kinakategorize yung mga content pillars. Yung awareness, pwedeng to attract the attention. We do trends, yung mga trending videos. Then, interest. Sometimes yung mga founding story or yung story ng business mo, how it started or how do you use your how and your why. Like, if you're a fitness coach, baka may kwento siya na she started na ganito yung problem niya with fitness and she wanted to help this woman na maging fit din. The same with her. Pwedeng ganun. It gather interest. Storytelling, something like that. Then, decision is, ito na yung mga pain points, challenges, how do you strategically answers those. Yun yung mga content na yun. Then, action, of course, yung mga offers and services mo. It will convert your content. Yan, ganyan siya. Pwede pang mas refine, depende dun sa mga nakuha mo na data. Post, comments, pwede mo siyang i-arrange, depende dyan sa mga content pillars na yan. And itong mga content pillars na yan, since broad pa sila, pwede ka pang gumawa ng mga subtopics under them. Topics and more bullet under this. After that, of course, meron na tayong data, meron na tayong results, meron na tayong content pillars. We will now starting to make a content plan. Sa content plan, ganito lang yung pinaka-common or pinaka-basic na nilalagay natin. Pwede ka mag-add pa dito ng date or other columns or rows na naisip mo pa na kailangan pa ng client. For me, this is the basic. You can list the topic that you wanted to talk about. Of course, yung hook na pwede mong gamitin. Then pillars, call to action, then anong format kaya yung, anong gusto mong format yung pwede. For example natin dito is, ang topic na nakuha ko is, I want to lose weight but I don't know where to start. So, ang content pillars natin is under ng awareness. So, we wanted to do a trends. Short form video, text on screen, yung ganon. So, a video format. And maglagay ka na lang kung anong hook yung gusto mo. Pwedeng ito na rin yung pinaka-hook mo kasi talaga yung word na specifically ginamit or exactly ginamit. Then, pwede rin siyang decision like carousel post, proof or results as digestible explanation in a graphics format. Something like that. Can you see na sa isang topic lang, madami kang pwedeng maging content na depende sa format na gusto mo. Kung nag-i-start ka pa lang working with your client, pwedeng i-try and test mo which formats are working on your end. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng format or kahit na galing pa siya ng competitors, if that works with them, hindi naman laging it works with you and your client. And sa content plan, yan, pwede ka pang mag-list ng mga iba pang hooks. For example, nag-list pa ako ng iba pang hooks na nakita kong working. No time for gym, try this 15-minute workout. Something like that. Mga beginner-friendly, may mga about sa equipment din, mga content formats din, pwedeng 7-second video, o kaya naman mga carousel, pwede ring infographics na pwede mong i-post sa stories. Meron ding iba dito na nagpapagawa sila ng mga challenges for community. Meron ding mga para sa email sequence. Para sa akin, ito yung pinakamabilis na way, I think pinakamabilis na way to do a market research to content ideas or to content plan for your clients. Kapag mag-add nga dito sa market research ng content natin audit own content mo na meron ka or existing na dun sa client mo. Tapos gagawin mo siya ng audit para makita mo kung ano yung nag-work talaga sa kanya. And it is direct kasi may time you can see the analytics, what time are the best for posting, at the same time yung kung anong formats yung nag-work sa inyo. So, I hope this helps, and yeah, let me know if you like this video and ano pa yung next na questions or ano pang next na video na pwede natin gawin.